Hi there and welcome to the top 15 most stunning wickets taken by fast bowlers. Get ready for some magical pace bowling as we dive right in. Tim Southee has been a regular feature in the New Zealand pace lineup for well over a decade. A veteran of the game, the Kiwi also has the most international wickets for his country. During a test match against Australia, he showcased his skills when he sent Matthew Wade packing with a massive inswinger. The ball swung a literal mile, leaving Wade in a rather awkward position. It certainly wasn't the kind of pose he would have wanted to hold for the cameras. You can call it poor judgment from the batsman, but it was an absolute peach of a delivery from the Kiwi speedster. Up next, we have Englishman Mark Wood demolishing the stumps during a test match against Pakistan. Renowned for terrorizing batsmen with his raw pace, it doesn't help that he can swing the ball both ways as well. In this instance, Wood bowled a superb reverse swinging delivery to send Abdullah Shafiq's off-stump flying. A good length delivery tailing back in sharply, all the batsman could do was watch the ball smash into his stumps. And although a very technically sound batter, Shafiq learned that it takes much more than some solid defense to keep Mark Wood out. The 2005 Ashes in England is remembered as one of the most iconic Ashes series of all time. Having lost the first match at Lord's, England seemed to be headed for another defeat at Edgbaston. Chasing a modest target of 282, the Aussies were in a comfortable position at 47 for 0, before Flintoff stepped up to bowl the greatest over in Ashes history. Dismissing Justin Langer on the second ball, Flintoff proceeded to bowl three big inswingers at Ponting, who failed to register a single shot. Having to bowl the last ball again due to a no-ball, the big man bowled an absolute ripper that nicked Ponting's outside edge. The performance overturned English fortunes, and they would go on to win the Ashes for the first time since 1989. Years later, Ponting fondly recalled this over as the best he had ever faced in his phenomenal career. At number 12, we have South African pace legend Dale Steyn, showing us why he's regarded as one of the best fast bowlers of the modern era. Bowling to one of India's most elegant batters in VVS Laxman, Steyn bowled a perfect good-length delivery that straightened off the surface to shatter the off-stump. Laxman was so bamboozled he ended up playing completely down the wrong line. An absolute beauty from the fiery South African. Trent Boult is a treat to watch with the new ball. The crafty left-hander can swing the ball both ways and his accuracy is off the charts. During a test match against Australia, Boult delivered a literal thunderbolt to an unfortunate Joe Burns who was facing his first ball. Bowling over the wicket to the right-handed batsman, the Kiwi pitched a sublime in-swinging delivery that left Burns all at sea, right through the gate and straight onto the middle stump. A great sight for the bowler, not so much for the batsman. Up next, we have Sri Lankan maestro Lasith Malinga offering us a glimpse of his exceptional bowling abilities. The pace legend has more than one trick up his sleeve and his deadly Yorkers were just unplayable. Here we have Malinga bowling a picture-perfect reverse-swinging Yorker to Shane Watson. The Aussie had no chance but to head back to the pavilion as his middle stump was sent for a walk. One of the best to ever do it, Malinga's Yorkers were a sight to behold. Widely regarded as one of the greatest fast bowlers of all time, the Sultan of Swing was a master of his craft. With over 900 international wickets to his name, Wasim had the unique ability to move the ball both ways in a single delivery. During an ODI against Australia, the left-armer delivered a ball that seemed to be swinging away from Adam Gilchrist, only to straighten after pitching and crash into the stumps. An astounding delivery, this was one of many that Akram produced so regularly throughout his legendary career. The modern-day king of swing has squared up more than his fair share of batsmen in recent years. And this next wicket is a perfect example of why James Anderson is such a joy to watch with the red ball. During the first over of the match against India, Anderson delivered the most sublime outswinger to turn Murli Vijay inside out. The ball came in with the angle only to swing away at the last second, taking Vijay's off-stump with it. The batsman's expression suggested there wasn't much he could do about that delivery either. At number 7, we have Australian pace machine Mitchell Starc castling Ben Stokes with one of the greatest Yorkers of all time. This man is an absolute menace with the ball, and it doesn't take much to figure out why. One of the deliveries of the 2019 ICC World Cup, Starc bowled an absolute rocket of a Yorker to dismiss a resilient Stokes, who then proceeded to kick his dropped bat in dismay. Maybe Stokes would have had better luck slog sweeping this one instead, but this Yorker was simply unplayable. Up next, we have the king of swing back at it again, this time against Pakistan's Mohammad Rizwan. Just look at this delivery. Angling in and straightening off the surface straight into the off stump. As Nasser Hussain rightly exclaimed, "What an absolute Jaffa." All Rizwan could do was stand and admire. What makes this delivery even more special is that Anderson pulled this off on a relatively flat wicket. This man can swing the ball anywhere. Current Australian skipper Pat Cummins is not an easy man to face in Test cricket. At number 5, we have an example of why he's so dangerous with the red ball. Defending a total of 383 during the 2019 Ashes, the Aussie pacer was quick to dismiss the English top order. Making light work of England's golden boy Joe Root, Cummins bowled a beautiful delivery that seemed away off the surface, past Root's outside edge, and straight into the stumps. Watching the ball clip the top of off is a pleasing sight for any bowler, and it's safe to say Cummins thoroughly enjoyed this one. Mohammad Amir was once hailed as one of the most talented left-arm pacers in the world before a major controversy derailed his rise to stardom. Despite a career plagued with setbacks, Amir frequently showed glimpses of his extraordinary bowling abilities. During one such instance, he went on to bowl a spell of a lifetime against arch cricketing rivals India. Bowling only his second ball, Amir delivered a picture-perfect in-swinger to a clueless Rohit Sharma to trap him leg before wicket, LBW. Just look at the seam position in this one, a truly brilliant ball to dismiss the Indian hitman. At number 3, we have Jasprit Bumrah dismissing Keaton Jennings in the most extraordinary fashion. Bowling over the wicket, Bumrah delivered a literal boomerang to the left-hander. Instead of going across the batsman, the ball swung back in sharply to catch Jennings on the knee, leaving him stranded in the most awkward pose imaginable. If this delivery wasn't so superb, we might have included this dismissal in our funniest cricketing moments. Shaheen Shah Afridi is another name in the long list of talented bowlers to wear the Pakistani green. The left-arm pacer has a knack for picking up early wickets, and he showcased his abilities during the 2021 T20 World Cup against India. Bowling to KL Rahul, he delivered a superb in-swinger that nipped back to take the top of middle stump, sending the crowd wild. There's no way you keep those out, mate. And at number 1, we have Mitchell Starc again, this time making James Vince pull out his best ice skating impression. Bowling around the wicket, the Aussie quick-bowled an absolute Jaffa that the batsman missed by quite some distance. Coming in with the angle and nipping away to send the off-stump flying, leaving a stunned Vince staring at the pitch. You can stare at the pitch all you want, mate, but there's only one place you're headed to after this. Back to the pavilion. And there you have it, folks, our top 15 most stunning wickets by fast bowlers. Be sure to like and subscribe for more amazing compilations from the gentleman's game.